So I did a game of his quite recently. Ruin was for a while considered to be a serious up-and-comer. I still think he probably is. He's more than decent. Did a PvT, and he actually really impressed me. Played really, really well. So here we have him playing in PvZ. We're on Polypoid. He's playing against a bar-coded Pro Zerg. And yeah, I've done quite a few games today. And just finished the PvZ where there was a seriously interesting use of Reavers, which I must say I found very, very refreshing and quite enjoyable. The shuttle play, the micro, was really, really good. So if you haven't checked that game out, I strongly suggest that you look for it on the channel, and very much worth a watch. As is the game of Snows, where he went 11 arbiters. 14 in total, I think, at a time. It was absolutely crazy. So plenty of entertaining stuff. Interesting here that Ruin is cross-scouting. Overlord's going straight. Cross-scout confirms that he's not here. And so then he knows he's there. So for those of you who aren't understanding that, why would you go here? Because if he spawned here, the Overlord would have been there at the time that he got there. He knows that the Overlord isn't there, so now he clicks here. And now he's being a nuisance, blocking with a pylon. Wasn't actually intending on going for the hatchery, I don't think. What are we doing? We just have a pylon. We're chilling. We're going to probably go Nexus first. Cancels. Look at the APM of this man. 550. Pretty crazy. Still can't get this hatch down. Usually what Zergs do is they just go put the hatch somewhere else. Does eventually let him put it down. He may go drop down the third as well. He still hasn't got the scouts off, has he? So we're gonna go Nexus into Forge. This is more meta today, as at 2025, than it was in 2023 when this game was played. The bubble at this stage was just gateway expand, sure. So we're getting our goodies going here, getting our gas going. I like this build from Ruin. I think it's nice and slick. He's had really good scouting information, keeping his probe alive and getting some value from the harassment. Gets a count on the links, sees all 6. So I think he's going to make cannon. And I don't think he's going to make a second cannon. He may just look to wall. Let's see what he does. Zerg doesn't actually know where he is yet. That's why he sent his lings here first. Wow. Didn't send a scouting drone at all. It's funny. The cannon should be done in time. I think he's going to use the probes to block. No, he's not. Making a core here. So doesn't have to make the additional pylon. You got 4 links here. Using this link to chase. I think because he's kept his scouting probe alive, he felt he didn't need to make another cannon. Going into lair. We'll see if he gets to scout that with the probe. I think he wants to kill the scouting probe quick. Sending out a Zealot to confirm exactly what he's dealing with here. We'll got this probe alive. I think anyway, if you can keep a probe alive for anything between 4 and 5 minutes, that is just extraordinary. So where's he going to send the Zealot? If he sends him here, he could get a drone kill. And he probably wants to try and get into the main. I think he has a sense that there might be a Zealot on the map. Here he comes. Does see 3 drones here. I think he'll be curious to see what the next the next unit that pops out of the hatchery is. it's a drone, then he's probably not facing any imminent hydro pressure. Pretty decent value. Wouldn't have seen what popped out of those eggs, so I don't think Zerg knows, Protoss knows exactly what he's up against at this stage. While making a hydro dam, while making a hatch. So this looks like a 5-hatch hydro with fire possibility. Also, we'll confirm the lair to the hydro dam. And we'll know that it's not an immediate pressure build. It's got some link speed as well. So pretty much always confirmation that you need to understand what you're up against and you're not up against. Some hydras now have finally popped. Doesn't have the gas to rush the hydras, so it's probably just a standard 5-hatch hydra. Corsairs will give him good visibility on when the hydras are coming out. So we'll just probably progress with the standard build here. Got 2 gates at the moment, another pylon, citadel. What research are we doing? We're getting zealot legs, getting a dark templar. Interestingly enough, he's making a fair number of corsairs, so dark templar probably makes sense. There we go. One on the map already. There's no overlord here. You get some value for a dark templar. Oh. And he's sending courses here just in case there was an overlord. Hello, I'm a Dark Templar. Oh, good. Pretty fast reactions, but does get 3 kills for it. Very nice. All the overlords are here, though. Not so much luck here, my friends. Easy does get away. Just managed to get an overlord in here. And some hydras. I think that'll be the end of that. I was going to send some Divots to reinforce. Thinks better of it. I was going to send another DP. Thinks better of that too. So we're getting our upgrade. +1. Making some gateways. Not making any more corsairs at the 5 gates. Probably now just going to look to try and move into a 3rd base. Don't think he's in a position where he can kill Zerg, and I don't think he's in a position where he will necessarily be able to trade favorably if he does any kind of timing push. I don't think he has any timings left on Zerg now, to be honest. But we'll see what happens with this little 5-zealot push here. I think doesn't have a lot of hydras here, but he's got some lings and some hydras, and he should be able to tidy this up with relative ease. Here they come. The SimCity here is also pretty good. So overlords are here. He's not sending the corsairs to support this attack either. So I don't want to say wasteful because he didn't lose a lot of units. But I think he needs to get out of dodge and keep his units alive. Another DT on the way. There are hydras and stuff though at the rally. I don't expect this DT is going to get any damage done, but let's see. It's one burn. Okay, not worthwhile in my opinion. But distractions galore. The idea being, I think, to try and help him set up a 3rd, which he's now doing. It's up 9 minutes, which is very, very nice timing. Obviously, the zealots are happy to fight the hydras out here without the comfort of their SimCity and other things. Got a nice surround there, so that one hurt nicely. I think the zealots, their +1 is in play. A couple of them were pretty low though. They all died pretty fast, so he pulls back there. So still looking for feedback on when to use the panel and when not to. This panel is what I'm talking about. I find in the first 10 minutes it's very, very useful having it. And then as the game goes on and the fights get bigger and you want to just try and get a bigger view of the map and all the action, it becomes a bit of an obstruction. If you see it any differently, please do let me know. Happy to take any feedback and thoughts on board. Oh wow, just ran headfirst into each other. Overlord killed. Moving on into the map, some Templars in the game. I'm sure Dragoons are coming soon. No spinning core yet, but we do get a robo. Goons are coming. Maybe the core's already, maybe range has already been researched and I just missed it. Keep an eye for that. We're just constantly probing here, but I don't think one of those diminished utility sort of theories. Gets back into the comfort of his own base and disappears. He just wants to confirm base count, which is doing with the Corsairs and the Dark Templars as well. So what do we have? We have a 3 basing, soon to be 4 basing Zerg versus a 3 basing Protoss. Definitely advantage Protoss. We're looking to be up 1-2 bases on our Protoss as a Zerg player in general. Especially as the game progresses. I think it just favors Protoss the longer the game goes. If the base counts are even, or Zerg just has 1 additional base. So the Zealot does get up here and realize, oh, trying to establish a base here, are you? Okay. So immediately sends some Zealots and a DT across. Some mutas have entered the fray, and this is becoming more and more common. Mid-game mutas to pick off High Templars and to also mitigate the damage that Speed Zealots can do while the Zerg army is still scaling. I think they're gonna, yeah, they're not gonna run it. Yeah, which is good. I think the name of the game now for Ruin is to get a 4th base up. If you get a 4th base up and it's 4 bases versus 4 bases, he is going to be absolutely golden here. My question is, what are these? Another Overlord's going to get a Thurigan. What are these little squadron of mutas going to be doing? He wants to hunt. Doesn't care about the Dragoons though. He wants to find High Templars. That's the whole goal of the mutas. Find High Templars and kill them. Of course, he's going to get into trouble. That's the end of him. Protoss army is kind of consolidating, moving up and down. 7. The muta's moving about. There's only 1 High Templar with the entire army. Is that right? I presume he must have lost 1 or 2 to the mutas because there were definitely 3 or 4 when we started. Observers moving with the army. Army movement's pretty good. The whole idea in moving forward is just to try and give him map control to be able to establish his stuff, which looks like he's going to do now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still just a 4 basing Zerg. I think if he doesn't try to get that High Templar, it didn't work. If he doesn't thwart this attempt, going to be in big trouble as our Zerg. Supplies are fairly even. I don't know how many good fights there are to be taken. Thought he was going up the flank there, but he didn't. Oh dear. Catches 3 High Templars with the mutas. Very well done. Only 3 left with this army. 3 can still get some work done though, that's for sure. Has got this 4th base up and running. Ooh. Some more straggling High Templars being picked off. APM of the Zerg is just insane. Consistently paying over 420, it is just mind-blowing. You can see a lot of that APM's gone towards microing those meters continuously. Darkstormers into the fray. Now these goons become much less powerful. You can see more Archons now. Darkstorm being introduced. Decides to get out of there. Very cool. It's a close game, this. It's really evenly matched players. No High Templars with this group. Just Dragoons and Zealots and Observers. Here comes one High Templar now, joining the fray. Mutas have done really well in picking them off. Once you take a 5th base here, I think that's going to be potentially very, very significant, and Zerg immediately responds. Oh, Daegu time. I question tactically, right? If Protoss actually needs to be attacked. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basing Zerg against the 5 basing Protoss. Why aren't you just expanding if you're Protoss and let Zerg come to you? You've got the scale. You've got more bases, and if you've got this position is easy, and this position is sort of easy. Oh, my cat just jumped on my lap. He doesn't like that I'm casting games instead of sitting with him. Oh dear. Those probes are going to not see a good day, are they? Oh, a couple of them got through. Actually, a lot of them got through. Crazy. Swarm. Putting a lot of pressure on this base. So this is what I would expect, right? These bases that are being established, Zerg knows that he needs to knock these down. So why Ruin continues to attack Zerg is the thing that I don't understand. I mean, to me, defending and keeping his bases up is pretty much all he needs to do. And then just continue to expand when he has a good engagement. So he's knocked that down. What has he got in exchange with? Yeah, okay, knocked over 1 hatchery. Fair enough. That was about it. Down in supply. Zerg's still fully maxed out. Just not sure why I understand continuous attacking. Or if I understand continuous attacking from Rune. I definitely get why Zerg knocked this base down, because now this spot also gets lost. So, because he's lost that spot, establishing over here, I think it's probably going to be a little bit easier for him to defend this area, because a lot of Zerg's power is coming from, yeah, the main rally. That will be quite significant though, whether he can hold that new base over here. Oh. And whether Zerg establishes a base here or just continues to. Oh, that's a nice store. Doesn't have a lot of workers. You might have lost them though when you lost that base. You're gonna have to make a few more. Making some Reavers now. I think understanding that protecting his bases is really the main aim of the. Oh my god, it's a lot of locals. Protecting his base is the main aim of the game for him. Yeah. You do a very good job of that with Reavers, especially with the Filers around. So we'll to be seeing a few Reavers here and there. Where are the Robos though? Ooh. The juicy one. Oh man, these guys play so fast. It's crazy. This fight is just maniacal. Zerg's got the units to throw at it. Got the units to throw at it for sure. Lots of dying High Templar noises. Become the Reavers now. More Zerg coming. Rune is just going to be taking so much pressure. Taking this base, Dark Swarm. Yeah, I think he missed the trick. He needed to bring Reavers into the game sooner, and he needed to be taking a defensive posture instead of having all of these somewhat worthless trades. Oh man, these probes. Oh no. Oh no. Another base down. Yeah. So I think when you got up to 5-6 bases, the name of the game was to make the Reavers, then make the Robos, get the gas, so that you could just remax and face the onslaught, hold on, and win, because there was no world in which engaging with the Zerg army was going to be effective. It was really more about taking a defensive posture than an offensive posture, so I think he got his decision making wrong. And that's why don't see him getting back into this one. Lost the space. Never established this. Lost up here. Zerg's got plenty of money. Protoss has got this base going and this base going. And that is it. 2 mining bases versus 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not mining. 1, 2, 3. 2 versus 3 mining bases. But he's also lost a whole whack of his army. That's going to be the thing that is problematic for him. Zerg has kept constantly at between 180 and 200 supply in the last 10 minutes. And that's been really huge. So yeah, getting these Reavers out earlier, upgrading the Scarab damage, getting Robos in some of these key bases so that they just pop out right there, I think would have been the way to go. At near the end of there, I mean, Ren hasn't given up yet. He's going to try and establish his bases, but I just think the onslaught from Zerg is going to be a bit much to handle. So what Zerg's next move? Is he going to try and establish another base to lock the game up? I think that's the way to go. Got plenty of map control, so you should be able to do it without a problem. Got a Reaver in here, probably gonna go drop down here for some reinforcements. Oh, intercepts that shuttle and the spore as well. Does get the Templar out. Doesn't get much joy from there though. Nothing shoots up here, so the Overlord's just flying in, having a look. What are you gonna do? Storm some drones? Yes. A decent number of drones, but he gave up a fair number of high Templars to do that. (107) plays 180. Just an agonizing death. Zerg would have to trade so hopelessly badly in any final onslaught for us to have any chance here. Just decision making, man. Really what you can attribute this game to. I think I'll stay for the stats bar because I don't think that his resources is behind very much. I think he's done pretty well in terms of resources. I think his failure to defend his bases and his trading deficits were very high, so we'll have a look at some of them. Oh my god, Guardian! That's cute. They obviously identified that breaking with ground units with all these Reavers here would be hard. A couple of storms. That's good. Got the storm. He's doing really well actually to bait the storms out. You just walk up here and off you go. Overlord here. Catch the DT, no problem. Base looks like it's very vulnerable. Some more Guardians have arrived. I think just trying to bait a few storms out, maybe pick off the Reavers. Cutting off the reinforcements as well with the Defiler and picking in some Legu. Supply gap is closing a little bit. It's been an interesting way to end this game. Doesn't have very good saturation here. Don't think it's going to matter too much. It's just going to be very inefficient braking over here. Turns them into Guardians in real time. There he is. Oh, that was a nice one. Very nice one. Oh, the speed that Zerg things destroy things is just mind-blowing. That's his last mining base. GG. Look at all the Zerg. Just giving him an absolute hiding. Sure, he knocked down a base. So he's just got too much supply left. GG. Just a game of decision making there, really. I think what it comes down to, in my opinion. I don't think he had his resources too wrong. I think his resources are pretty close. If we look at the stats. Okay, no, he's quite far behind on minerals and gas. But I think that was really more towards the back end where he lost his bases, and that was where Zerg gained an advantage. For a long time the base count was even, but when he lost the 5th base, and he just could never get it back. That was key. I think his mistake was attacking too much. I mean, the number of units that he lost is 60. This doesn't really make sense in this matchup because Lings, you know, count as much as a Dragoon. So he just really didn't trade too well in key positions, and I think attack when defense probably would have been a better option. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this game. Thanks so much for tuning in. Love to know your opinions and thoughts on why you think, or where you think Protoss got this one wrong. I think Zerg played a fantastic game. Very, very strong Zerg player. Unbelievable APM and multitasking. Both players are very quick. But that was an enjoyable one. I'll see you guys again soon. Take it easy.